Yo, 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 welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy, Jamel Kijana, aka Melly Mel, aka whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got.
It's your boy. It's your homie. The one everybody loves. It's the one, Playboy Troy. What it do, folks?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. We all good over here. Who else I got with me tonight?
And it's your exact opposite of the child's favorite, Black Sheep. It's your boy, Frank Mason, aka Coolie High.
Yeah, kicking in the door with it, standing on business with it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Who else we got with me tonight? Last but not least.
You know who it is, man. It's your cousin's favorite. You dig? Everybody favorite. You know what I'm saying? That's what that means. You know what I'm saying? Platinum P, aka Almighty Pimp Pat, aka King Pimp Pat, aka you know what it is.
I will say 60 episodes in, the intros are just
I'm gonna let you know
everything
now.
has grown in this podcast, but the intros. The intros
A lawsuit is coming your way.
And random, but I love it.
Fuck you. Hey.
What'd you say, Dodge?
Fuck you.
A lawsuit is coming his way.
Hey.
Oh, you talking about Playboy the band?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Cooley gave me the name Almighty Pimp Pat. You know what I'm saying? Way back when. I'm gonna let you know that right now. And now I just took the Kingpin. You feel me? So
that's where the lawsuit comes in. I don't care about Almighty. I'm talking about Kingpin Pat. That comes from me. I didn't give you. I didn't verify that you could use that. Did I say that?
No. I'll just
okay.
for defamation.
Y'all shoot
I'll sue you for defamation. I was just joking, and I was just
take it to
spinning along what you said.
No, don't take it to the court. Shoot for it. Old school.
Yeah,
no, brother. I handle this the right way. The white.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. We can stand back to back, no Diddy.
Oh,
take 3 steps, turn around, quick draw.
Oh,
I ain't signed up for Hamilton.
I was talking about basketball.
I said, I'm gonna take you to court, buddy.
Don't worry. I was talking about a different court.
Yeah, nigga, different you better not take that, nigga. I'm taking 2 steps, nigga. Probably 1.5.
Oh Lord. Anywho, let's get into it. Speaking of
this
basketball,
has gotten out of hand.
The women's college tournament has finally come to an end. South Carolina beat Iowa last night. The score, I think they beat them by about 10. They held it to 10 for most of the second half. They was up 10. Iowa would make a little run here and there, but South Carolina, Powell, Cardosa, Johnson, they was lighting them up. The other shawty, I can't remember her name. She had a couple of nice mid-range shots. And yeah,
the whole team
really
was getting up. The whole team.
Yeah, the whole team. And that's why
I told you.
Knew they would win. They're a more complete team than Iowa, where it's kind of everybody else got to have a good game too. Because Caitlin had her 30, but at the end of the day, second half, it wasn't popping.
What can other people do? It's always about the others. We've always talked about it. It's always been LeBron and the others, Steph and the others, Caitlin Clark and the others. It's always been about the others. You don't just win the game just because that one person. It's all about the whole team of it. And just like because I spoke about it last week, South Carolina, from the 1 and all the way down, they had a complete team, like you said, Mel. There was no question about it. I didn't even watch the game, and I could tell you what happened because I wasn't worried. Once I saw South Carolina, first of all, I just wasn't worried about North Carolina State beating them. That's one thing. So once I knew they were going to championship, it was always going to be who's going to be the runner-up now. That was the only question left. Who's going to be the runner-up? And the fact that I remember, and I looked it up too, that Raven Johnson was playing still on South Carolina. She got waived also last year by Caitlin Clark. You don't, as a basketball player, one thing you hate hearing, a couple things you hate hearing is like, I got him. That means you're not a good defender. Oh, let him shoot. That means you can't shoot. And in that case, you sitting there and you watching, you dribbling the ball, and somebody does that to you and turn their back to you. Oh, best believe I remember that. And Raven Johnson remembered that. And she showed it, that she remembered it, and she locked Caitlin Clark up. She only had 7 points when she was guarded by Raven Johnson. And what? She shot, I want to say she shot for 1, I think like, it was really like 2 for 5 or something like that. She didn't have that many points with Raven Johnson scoring, and she turned the ball over 4 times. So
yeah, especially that turnover.
I already knew that was going to happen, man.
Yeah,
it was
that feels crazy.
That steal was nice.
Yeah, I watched the game. I ain't gonna lie. When I watched it, I was sitting there, and I was like similar to what y'all saying, man. I'm sitting there thinking the same thing, like, bro, the team. But This is what I'm gonna say though. Caitlin, to me, didn't get her team involved. Now the level of the players though, because you got to think about this now. For a player to go out and shoot 23s at the way that she shoots them threes, some of them is just chucked up there. So to shoot 23s in a fucking game in general means I don't believe in y'all niggas. I think I got this shit. She hit 9 of them. That's 27 points off alone and had 40. I'm going back to the LSU game. So her mindset in that game alone. So evaluating and thinking about something like that and going into this championship game versus a team who's got a full team, it was like, all right, maybe this is why she's not passing the fucking ball to this degree, and she's forcing things and seeing how this is going. But it seemed like the others were trying to do something, but they just couldn't outlive the other team. But I'm gonna say this though, real quick. Malawaji, I'm not saying her name correct at all.
Malaysia Falawi.
Falawi, yep.
She was coming off the bench a little bit.
Excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, she came up.
Yeah, number 12.
She was a freshman. She was a freshman. Number 12. Falawi. Yes. I know Don is going to say this to her, and I promise, and I pray Don does. It was the second quarter, maybe the first. No, it was the second. If you ever go up for a fucking dip-de-doo reverse fucking layup to the left side from the right in a championship game again, I'm seeing your ass on the bench. I'll let you do it right now because we was up and we needed a breather. Raven needed it. I'm seeing your ass on the bench.
Pat, I'm telling you. Listen. I get what you're saying because any basketball coach would have been pissed off, right? She's been doing that all year.
I know. So she's been doing it all year.
This comes back just the same
Lay with the
conversation.
butter. I think that's her Instagram name. Lay with the butter.
It's literally like coming back in like when Jordan Poole had shot that deep 3 back in the I can't remember when. I think it was like the finals or something like that. And everybody was like, why is he chucking that 3? Because he's been doing it all season. So why go away from it now? So in this same situation, in the championship game, you've been doing that all season.
Just like playing.
It's been cool. So why out of nowhere I'm gonna switch up because
I can't start holding you up in the champion. We here now. Yeah, you done got us here. You're right.
I can't. I
was freaking out.
You can't switch up the formula or chastise your player for something they've been doing all year in the championship game.
Especially when you've been allowed.
I was sitting there like, I know the fuck she did not. Fast break, bro. Go up. Just go straight up. They gonna hit you. You gotta take the foul. She was evading all types of shit. It was tough too. But I mean, like I said, her Instagram name is Lay with the Butter. You feel me? I want to say that's her Instagram name, but I for sure know I seen that next to her name. You got that shit.
But that's the same way with like the Caitlin Clark shot. Caitlin Clark been shooting the same 3s all season.
All type of bullshit.
Don't pull away from it now. That's what got us here. Might as well do it. Keep going. Don't change up. That's like South Carolina has been a great defensive team all year.
Amazing. Rebounds
they've always been a great defensive
team. Second chance points. Oh my God.
Always. That's been all year.
Cleaning the board.
At this point, I'm looking at it like this. If Iowa beat LSU and LSU got beat by South Carolina, what that tell you? And that means Iowa had a struggle with LSU for a minute until they end up overcoming them.
Oh yeah, South Carolina. Well, like you said, South Carolina already beat LSU.
Yeah,
so South Carolina undeniable. They're the best.
Yeah, Iowa beat South Carolina the year before in the semifinals, but you gotta understand,
it was an upset.
A different team.
Yeah,
it was a whole.
Yeah, that's another thing. That was a huge narrative about Dawn. They said it was a completely starter 5. A lot of them were freshmen and sophomore. So that's why I got to give her props. At the end of the day, to get 3, you know what I'm saying, to get 3 and to do this 3 with a completely different team, because her first year was 2017, second year was 2022. That's a completely different team as well. So you done it in a sense of like your first one was your older team, where I think that was Asia Wilson. Second time around, I think that was with Aaliyah, and then third time around was with a completely newer squad. Now that Aaliyah and then the other girls had left, so it's just like she's really doing it in terms of like. She's on some Gino, Pat Summitt type of thing where this is not just a 1 or 2 year fluke. No offense to LSU, but it's kind of how it seemed like with them. I didn't see a LSU repeat. just due to the fact that it was just like things can change. You know, every
Nobody
season is different.
Nobody saw a repeat coming.
Nobody saw that.
Nah, that's a fact. But I will say this though, because I mean, to what you're saying, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. You know, Playboy, you said it earlier. Like she's not necessarily in the same realm as Gino. You know what I mean? And
Not yet.
I do agree, but I think the reason Mel may be feeling this way is because she brought one home for us. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just call a spade a spade. She brought one home.
That's my birth state. That's my mom's alma mater. You know, I don't root for the Gamecocks, but whenever they win, I like to see them win. You know,
look,
so it's
look. I'm about to pull it off. I got white friends. I can't wait to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, I know y'all got the next white prodigy next to Larry out of Caitlin, but we had to bring this one home. Both times.
For sure.
Yeah,
twice on her. That's
even
another thing too.
Even though Kim Mulkey, but y'all see them suits.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a difference with the LSU.
Black Force energy.
That part.
I don't think Mulkey gets there without Angel and Flage. In a sense, Dawn can do it with any sisters.
Without her.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's certain teams where you could tell the team carries the coach and the coach is great. You know, that's why I'm seeing Dawn as like, this wasn't just she won with A'ja Wilson. No, this is she's creating a culture. That's why I'm giving her the Gino and the Pat Summitt trajectory, because of how they both have been able to do it across multiple classes of students. Because if you do it if you get one or two within one or 2 years, that's because you have those same players. But can you do it after a new class is completely here multiple times? I don't know any other coaches outside of Pat and Gino that have been able to do that. So that's why I'm putting her close to them, because I don't know if there's anybody even that has 3 as well. Because I know Pat and Gino got double digits. Who has more than 3?
Kim got a couple.
Okay.
Let's not shit on her. Let's not just straight shit on her.
I'm gonna say this, especially right now in this time. I think we talked about LSU not getting a repeat. And I look at why they didn't get a repeat. As of when they first won the championship, they kind of creeped up in there. Being honest, they creeped up into the championship and they capitalized their moment. From that moment on, they have been in the spotlight ever since. The whole team has been in the spotlight ever since. But when you look at teams like UConn and South Carolina, like that, North Carolina, Tennessee, those teams are usually teams that's always in that same conversation, but you literally never hear about what's going on in their teams. Never really going on with the players like that. A lot of us didn't even know that South Carolina had a whole new star lineup until the playoffs. Well, until March Madness came.
Yeah.
So it's like, I will give that the credit to where South Carolina has that opportunity to build something like Gino. Because right now, spotlight is really only on Dawn. It ain't on the players, really. It's on Dawn. So it's like, it's easier for her to take that
pressure,
kind of like that spotlight, because she's been in it for so long. But for LSU, it's been like the spotlight was on A'ja.
Yeah, it was on I never knew the coach.
It never was on. It never was on her. So it was like, how.
She wearing these bright ass suits to get it.
I was just about to say that. She had to pop out to really like.
She is wearing bright suits to be seen on TV.
Flamingo ass suits and shit.
But it's like, it's hard to try to be like, okay, Dawn, she's been in the spotlight for her whole time, and now we're putting the spotlight on these young girls at LSU. They were never going to get a chance to do a back to back. I don't think they were ever close to doing a back to back, because the team wasn't even really that good. Everybody had their number. So the only time when they beat up on players was when they were bigger and better.
That's why everybody was like, you can't cry, Angel Reese, because you literally played that role as the villain. Like, you was like, bring it.
I'll let her cry.
Bring it.
I mean, I feel like with that villain shit, I think I ain't never really looked at her as the villain. I felt like it was a conversation again of, I think she felt like that because
South Carolina,
white America made her feel that way. Like, just being real, because niggas wasn't like mad with Angel Reese.
It wasn't until
when
this.
We have a problem with it.
Whenever she did this. Prior to this, they never gave her that. They never gave
That's
her that
what
title.
I'm saying. But
You know
other
what I'm
than that,
saying?
like,
it wasn't her style of play that changed.
I think
it
comes from, to me, it's kind of, I look at it like Dylan Brooks in that sense. Dylan Brooks really wasn't a star. He wasn't nothing. He really wasn't important at all until he made a scene or made a statement or did something in the public eye
towards LeBron.
And then from there, it was like, okay, he's the villain. And then it was like, okay, Dylan Brooks like, okay, I'm the villain. And when they lost in the playoffs, I know he's all like, I don't want to do media. Oh, brother, we can't feel bad.
I don't see it the same though.
No, I don't see it the same.
Because Caitlyn, I mean, not Caitlyn.
Bro,
Angel got one of these.
You really been this whole season. This whole season,
but what
she's been really been combative, and she's been on this tear of like, fuck it, y'all want to call me villain? I'm the villain then. Fine. And she's been embracing it. And then she's been doing what she's been doing on social media and stuff, posting the ass and everything like that. So it's like, it's been going on. It's been going on all season.
What that gotta do with
her? It goes from her statement. Her statement, literally, her statement was, they've been sexualizing me. They've been doing all this to me. And it's like, okay, guess what?
That wasn't from her post, bro. That was from literally, there's a paper that's written, and they called the US, or not USC, UCLA
LSU.
girls Milk and Cookies, and then they call LSU Ratchet Debbie Downers or something like that.
Talk's been going on before.
Look up what that is. Look up what that is. I'm saying
all that has been going on before that.
She just said that they're sexualizing me. She just said that.
No, I'm saying all that has been going on beforehand. She's just now talking about in the press conference.
She made the post way before that, but that's not what nobody's even talking about the fact that she makes those posts. No one's sexualizing those posts. You're mentioning she's posting, shaking her ass.
I'm talking about, I'm just breaking out her statement of what she said. If you want to get at me, go ahead and talk to Angel Reese about what she said. She
didn't say nothing about her post shaking her ass.
All I said was, she said, they're sexualizing me. They're doing this to me. That's like if you go to the gym and all of a sudden a girl walks in with shorts and a sports bra on, and then you having to glance at her and she talking about something. Why are you sexualizing me, brother? You come to the gym like
that's not the same thing.
She's speaking on the people that are actually saying things in articles
about
you. That's not glancing.
No one's
looking
at. Yes,
go look at her Instagram. Go look in the comments.
No one's talking about her Instagram. She's not even talking about that. When she referenced that,
on the court?
I just told you what she's referencing. She's referencing an article that was written about the women's sports game, that was written about, they badmouthed Kim inside of the article as well, and they were badmouthing the LSU women and called them, and I can't remember the quote.
They called them ratchet, but they call them hood rats and all
debutante girls. If you look up what that is, it's basically fucking prostitutes type shit, bro. These are hoes. Like, they calling them whores. They're not calling them that from just straight, let me go to your gram and this and that.
So you tell me nobody looked at the Instagram and none of that?
I can't tell you what they did or didn't do. I don't know what.
As long as
I'm telling you what she's referencing.
All I'm telling you what she's referencing. When you play the villain, get ready to be prepared to be treated like a villain.
You can't call them.
When I'm sitting here being called an asshole, I'm gonna accept that I'm an asshole. But I'm not gonna be crying about the fact that you call me an asshole after I already accepted the fact that you call me an asshole. That's not how that works. You cannot sit here and be like, oh, I'm a villain. Because y'all want to treat me like a villain, I'm gonna be a villain. And then when some shit happened to me and be like, I'm not really the villain. What, nigga? That's not how that works. That's what.
She didn't even say I'm not. She said, bro, I'm a good person.
Be quiet
They're
about
explaining the person that she was. She explained the person she was. She didn't say she was a villain. She did say, if y'all want to call me the villain, y'all want to pit me that, cool. Just similar to what Eminem said. I am whatever you say I am. All right, cool. Pit me as the person that you want me to be. That's fine for you, but I know who I am at the end of the day. And that's what she's been saying this whole time. You can't sit here and look at this person and try and just defile her for her being a human being, bro. Like,
at the end of the day, I think we'll have to agree to disagree, because I can't tell that girl how to feel no matter what her actions are.
I'm not telling her how to feel.
You are. You are when you're saying you can't sit, but like I said, agree to disagree. I'm not going to.
No, we're gonna have a conversation about it. Let's have a conversation about it.
No, we passing the time. We done spent some time on this, and I don't think we'll ever really get to. I think we'll both agree.
Good shit, mediator. Good shit, man.
Hey, this is what y'all want out of me.
Now niggas want to get about the time. This is crazy.
I don't think we'll ever get an agreement off of this. I don't think I think we both have all of us have our own opinions on it, our heavy opinions.
It's not for us to have an agreement for the viewer and audience to understand each side of the argument.
And I think the audience should at this point very much well, because I think we're both all repeating the same things.
Yeah, in fact,
I've heard a lot of repetition. I think that's the main reason why I'm trying to move on, because I've heard a lot of repetition on both sides.
And we're gonna be here for 20 minutes.
This is literally
we're not even talking about basketball no more. So
I mean, hey, okay.
But so the other game, we had UConn against Iowa. Prior to that, there was a call that a lot of people think is controversial, but I know we might have some heavy opinions on this one. Do you guys think that the refs made the right call coming down to the last wire?
I wouldn't have made that call at that time of the game.
It was the right call, wrong time to call it.
Why do y'all say that?
Because
which part? Go ahead, Frank.
Let a referee call decide the outcome of the game. Like under 2 minutes, it should have been like a review or a challenge.
So, I feel that. But if Cooley, if Playboy saying that it was a good call, if they would have went and did a challenge or a review, wouldn't they have reviewed and seen that it was legal? It was a good call.
It didn't look like a charge to me. So,
but the reason why I'm asking this though, and I'm saying this because I watched some of the game. I watched the beginning of it. Right, UConn was doing what they needed to do, so I turned the game off. I was like, shit, cool. UConn doing what they need to do, nigga. It don't look like Iowa going to do their thing. I went to sleep and woke up and seen Caitlin headed to the championship. I said, God damn, boy, this motherfucker here can will her team. So I went and saw the play, right? And I was like, that was a tough ass call. I probably wouldn't have made that call neither at the time. So I agree with y'all. But then I was listening to another pod and I was listening to something and Broken Down who finished the full thing. And what they said was like, all right, that call was made, yes, and it was very controversial. But next was free throws. They missed those free throws and they could have got that rebound and you still had about 3 seconds left and could have called a timeout. Could have went down there and made a play, but they did not get that rebound off of those free throws. And Iowa got that rebound. And after hearing that, I don't give a fuck about that call. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't care two shits about that call because y'all didn't get that free throw rebound to give yourself an opportunity. So we still talking about this call.
I'm going to say this. As a basketball referee, I'm going to say it like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Pat is right in a sense. But when you in a high stakes game like that, time is close, especially with a score like that close. That's why I said it was the right call, but the wrong time. Because if you see that same play occur in the first or second quarter, okay, I'm going to call that. Cool. But at this moment right now, you don't call that. You let them play. Because especially in this sense of it, if you let them play, it will play itself out. We as referees, you do a lot of things if I miss that call, I got you on the back end of it. That's just the truth of it. So if I miss that screen call, guess what? They happen to make a shot. You come down, you about to go for a layup, and they barely touch it. I'm gonna call that foul then.
Yeah.
At that point, I kind of fucked you up on that one on that side, but I couldn't call that because that could have changed the trajectory of the game. But in this point of they missed that free throw and they didn't even get the rebound. At that point, it's like, well, they canceled the shit out themselves. Guess what? Yeah. I gave them the call. They still missed the free throws. Boom. That's the end of that conversation. The shit is dead. Your job on UConn side is get the rebound. You don't secure the rebound. That's your problem now. The game is in your hands, back in your hands. It ain't in the referee hands. It's in the players' hands at this point. So with that type of call in that moment, that's why the referees at that point are going to get the scrutiny because you're not supposed to call that at that moment. You let them play and shit goes on.
You gotta let them shoot that out because when I seen that, I'm like, okay, because referees, you get you get experience as a referee.
Yeah.
You're as best as your last game in a sense. So it's like, we're going to hire you because of how good you ref the game. So in that case, that buddy said, I'm trying to get hired again. Foul. I'm like, bro, you just won the game. Iowa did not. Yeah. He just basically said, this is my moment. When you called that, you said, this is my moment. Because, bro, this is their moment. Let that girl shoot that shot at least. Like, dog. That's why sometimes I wish basketball had advantage. Because but I get it, because you can't have advantage because in basketball, you guys will do the intentional foul to stop the clock. But it's just like some plays, like, you know how sometimes you'll see a guy where it's just like, oh, he's about to get a fast break, so I'm going to foul him and stop it. It's like, dang. You know, it's a strategic move in a sense to stop him from getting the fast break point, make him shoot the free throw instead or whatever. It's just like, see, if it was soccer, it's like, if somebody does that, as long as I'm still headed to the hoop, I can still go. I got advantage. We're not stopping the play. But it's like basketball, it's going to stop it no matter what, every time it's a foul on the dime. It's just like, sometimes I would like to see there be a possible way for basketball to implement letting them really play through the play before you really call that foul. Like, maybe
that would be nice. That would be nice. But I mean, you probably see a couple injuries and shit. But I will say they do have a form of an advantage. Najee kind of was just talking about it, because what they'll do, and you'll see it, like they'll miss a call or make a bad call, and then they'll give them a call back.
If you even get that,
and that's their way of doing it. But no, bro, they'll make a call. They'll make a call.
It depends.
Mel, I'm telling you, they will make a.
They will make a call, bro. Like you will literally see a weak ass.
Because it's like, I'm fucked up here, but I got your back though, dog.
They had a call against Raven last night where it was like it looked like they making up a call because she separated, dropped her arms. Caitlin initiated contact again.
Oh yeah, one of those
Raven
travels
guarded,
on Cardoso.
And it was like, what the fuck?
One of those travels on Cardoso, they called her, but then they called the travel on Iowa a few plays later. It was just like they getting her back because like both of them were kind of like, was it really travel or was Shawty just kind of moving around a little?
That's what they do. They're just judge it tighter. But I was gonna say, well, Cooley, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, in that situation, that's why I don't like the call, because it's like 30 seconds left when you made that call. So you're not gonna get a chance to get them back. It's like shoot free throw, they get possession. Unless they that's what
they got the rebound.
They got the rebound.
But they smoked it. That cancels this whole cancels this whole conversation, but cancels this whole argument of what is a bad call, good call. Because
it do.
But I'm gonna say this though. And all of this is all fair. And sometimes I agree, and I 100% agree with y'all when I first saw it and I thought about it. But even in talking about it now, like, just like how we just said about Jordan Poole, just like how we just said about Fluwaylee with delay, how the fuck we gonna tell a ref to just randomly now just stop making calls and halfway calls?
That's different.
How we gonna ask for? How we gonna ask for? No, bro. How that go? You gonna ask for a level of integrity from this person? Ask for a level of calling the game, and then we get to the end of the shit. You want me to just change how I've been doing shit?
I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Because when you referee in these games, and when you start the game off, right, and say defender they tip off whatever, dude's playing defense like this the whole time, hands up, touching the whole time. You call that instant from the jump, because that sets the tone as the game is going on. So that screen probably has been going on. That same screen that they call the offensive foul on has probably been going on the whole entire game. So in that point, when you finally call it, you're like, bro, we've been doing this the whole game.
That's a perspective. I know where you want to call. That's a perspective. We can't say that. We can't say that. Because do you know how many times that they were called for offensive screens within the game?
No, because I didn't watch the game. That's
so we can't say that. So we can't say that. You're going off of a perspective.
You're right.
I'll
make sure I go back and watch the game back, so I come back next.
I'm not saying no, but you gotta listen. You gotta pick up on what I'm saying. I'm not saying you gotta go watch the game, but what I'm saying is as easy as we can say, okay, the refs will set the tone, and they'll say, okay, this is how we call in a game, and now a ref just chose to start calling this shit at this point. We can't say that. We can say easily the whole game they've been calling some shit, and then at the end of the game, that's what you basically saying. The whole game you want them to call some shit, then end of the game just stop calling shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's switching up too. Like you can't ask for this.
I'm only gonna tell you respect from the side of of a ref. I can tell you, because that's literally what happens all the time. If you sit there playing perspective. If you sit, that's literally, I can literally call another ref on the show, and I can tell you that's exactly how it goes every time.
I can call somebody who's ref as well.
If you really sit there and you call, if you call a foul, if you call one foul in the first half or in the first quarter, the team is going to literally be like, let's make sure we call that same exact foul in the same way. So that's what I'm saying. You're not,
but we can't say that they weren't doing that. We don't know that. Okay. We can't say that. We cannot say that definitively. We don't know that.
Not calling illegal screens. People were lowering their shoulders. They wasn't calling no offensive fouls. Like, yeah.
And they just randomly called one at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey, sometimes it's part of the game, man. But shout out to we all at the end of the day, South Carolina became national champion.
Hey, shout out Jamel, man. He said it best. That ref trying to get hired again, man. Shout out to that ref.
Yes, you're only as good as the last game that you ref. You know,
well, he gonna get hired no matter what.
Yeah, he worked for the SEC. Whatever conference he worked for, I don't know.
He gonna get hired no matter what. Man.
You never know.
The same rotation. The only time when they fire referees is if they're like egregious. That's the only time.
Or. I
mean that's
get him out of here.
You know what I'm saying? He on there. But let's move into the other basketball. NBA season. 4 games left, everybody. So we getting close to the play-in time, getting close to the NBA playoffs, and let's take a look real quick at the standings. You know what I'm saying? We got the NBA playoff picture. It's gonna play-in tournament starts on the 16th to the 19th, so pretty soon up here. Right now, Lakers and the Warriors. That's looking like that would be like the 3rd time they've met in the play-in since they've been doing it, man. It's like I think the very first play-in they had to meet. It's just like they always meet in the play-in. Pelicans and Kings over there. Then over here, Bulls and the Hawks, 76ers and the Heat. I know Embiid is just coming back, but the 76ers have never been this low in the past couple of years.
I told you. What did I tell you, Jamel? What did I tell Heavily Opinionated when we looked at the playoffs picture last time? They was third seed, and I looked at it and I said, I don't even trust them. Moving on.
Yeah, they dropped, man. And I would not be surprised if they lost this game and maybe won this one. I don't know. Depending on who they have.
I don't think they're gonna lose that Heat game, bro. I feel like y'all forgetting that literally the MVP, and if he wasn't supposed to get MVP last year, then he was supposed to get MVP the year before. And if he wasn't supposed to get MVP the year before, then he was supposed to get MVP. That guy who got hurt, he's not on the court. But as soon as he came back, they started catching dubs. Like literally. And I mean, they caught a dub last night, but it just shit went to double overtime versus the Spurs, and they're like the worst team in the West. So not to say that that's anything, but moral of the story, I'm definitely taking the Sixers over the Heat. If the play-in started today, I'm taking the Sixers over the Heat for sure. Right now. Sixers are playing the Bucks. And I don't even know who's gonna win that. If Joel feel good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I could say one, Sixers probably gonna beat the Heat. The Heat will play the Bulls or the Hawks, and I'm just gonna say it with confidence. I don't think anybody, Bulls or Hawks, could beat the Heat. So that's just being honest. But with that being said, on the West side, I could tell you over here in the Bay, fans are hoping and praying that the Lakers make it into the 8th seed. They hope they can make it to the 8th seed, and either the Pelicans or the Kings drop down to there. Because right now the Warriors do not want to play the Lakers. They don't want to see no parts.
Well, if they lose, then that's it.
That's what I'm saying.
They got their number. Yeah, that's why they don't want to play them.
They're hoping the Lakers move up in standings before the playoffs.
Oh, they're saying that that it switches to the Kings.
Yeah,
even the Kings will give them a run, but I think Golden State, they can beat them in one game.
Because you're looking at the fact that experience. The Kings' first playoff experience was last year. The Pelicans ain't got no playoff experience. You're playing against a vet team of the Lakers who have Anthony Davis, he's been giving them the business every time he sees the Warriors. Yeah. And then they got LeBron James. With the Warriors right now, they're in a youth movement right now. So it's a lot of youth players playing for the Warriors, which they're not bad. Pods, Kuminga, I forgot my man, Loose Body, I forgot his name. They got a couple young guys there, but yeah, I call him Loose Body because every time I see him, he's just out there like running. That's all he's doing is flopping his arms around, loose body.
You want to know Diddy that next time, though?
No, I'm not gonna call him. I'm not no Diddy in this one. So yeah, I think right now the West, they just the West is packed. The East is gonna be crazy to see, but right now play-ins is looking crazy. Last week, 4 games left. A lot of teams are trying to battle for the right position, but I think for right now, the Knicks and Cavs series are gonna be a good looking game.
Yeah, I was just about to go into the middle real quick. I was like, we got to talk about that middle. I'm looking at some of the matchups.
The Magic and Pacers gonna be a battle of the future.
Oh yeah, hold on. Who you said was gonna win out of the Kings and the Pelicans?
If they stay in that same standings right now, probably the Pelicans, probably the Kings. Actually, I'll probably go with Kings.
Kings versus the Nuggets in that first round. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That'll be a good series too.
Then the Pelicans will play whoever that wins between the Lakers and Warriors.
Interesting.
Yeah,
right now, on the phone with Pelicans dealing with a lot of injuries. They're banged up.
I think that Thunder and Phoenix matchup is going to be nice because I don't think KD's returned to OKC in a series yet. I don't think he ever had. In Golden State, they never had to play the Thunder in the playoffs because Russ couldn't really get out the first round.
It's gonna be crazy.
So it's like this will be his first season, and this is a team that's like really like has some potential. So they're gonna be really hyped. Like you know what I'm saying? They gonna really.
They ain't got no experience. So they ain't got zero. When you go to playoff from regular season games to playoff games, it's a different vibe. And you're talking about a Devin Booker who's been to the finals, a KD who's already won a championship. Like they have that experience there, right there alone. So from there, it's gonna be a battle. I think that's gonna at least go to 6. At least 6.
And I think this one ain't no defense getting played in this game.
Wait, hold on. No, what you mean? Ain't
James Harden and Luka?
It's gonna be all elbows. It's gonna be all elbows getting thrown.
James Harden and Luka, they about to just be shooting.
Oh man,
there's so much beef between them two teams. You forget.
I'm gonna go 6. That's gonna be 6. That's gonna be 6.
That's 7. That's 7.
You could call
that's
7.
Going 7.
I think the Knicks and Cavaliers.
7. They went 7 back in the bubble. This should go back to the bubble. That's how long them two teams been beefing.
Wow.
And that's you know what? Never mind. I'll let them have it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just saying.
You gonna say? Too late.
They've been beefing since the bubble, and they ain't did shit since the bubble too.
Neither of them niggas did shit. But they beef out. Nigga have 7.
They both been to 1
7 playing against each other, bro.
They both been to 1 Western Conference Finals.
That's tough.
Avs went to 1. And the Clippers went to 1. Yep, that's all they both have done.
Right now,
when did the Clippers go to the Western Conference Finals?
It was without Kawhi. It was when they had to play Phoenix. Yeah, they had to play Phoenix.
They did go to 1. They won.
Put the team on his back.
They got that
Paul
ass
George. Yeah,
so
you're right.
bad.
No, because Kawhi put it on his back in the first 2 rounds. Paul George came back, and
Kawhi got hurt.
It was they weren't on the floor at the same time, and that was like their second year together. So they would have really been together that year.
And Paul George,
I don't even remember that shit. That's crazy.
George came back and Kawhi got hurt.
We never get them both healthy to play together. That started that precedent.
That's been the problem.
For real.
But
this one right here
hold
too.
On.
That'll be nice.
Let's talk about that nasty matchup. Pause. But Magic versus Pacers.
Yes. Oh.
Will either of the stadiums be fucking packed?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes. Because they both haven't been in the playoffs in a long time.
Probably, yeah.
They both haven't been in the playoff in a long time. And like I said, that's the battle of the future playoff. That's a battle of the future series right there.
And they're both not playing the team that's going to sweep them, in a sense. Because like the last time the Magic was in there, they got swept by the Bucks. I remember that. Because I keep up with the Magic every now and then. They got swept by the Bucks.
Lie.
Last time the Pacers was in there, they got swept by somebody else.
The Knicks and Cavs game going to be going to 6, 7. The Magic and Pacers going to go at least go to 7. I actually think they can go. My bad.
I don't know.
I think they can go.
There's going to be a bunch of bad basketball that they're going to go to 7 at least.
Yeah.
Because it's not the playoffs is half court ball. And that's what makes it like when everybody be like playoff is different. Niggas is not trying to run up and down the court in the playoffs, bro. We got 16 games.
You're playing against those are 2 teams that both do full court fucking offense.
So it's like it's gonna be badass basketball. It's gonna be like
turnovers galore. Turnovers galore.
Yeah,
but the Magic being in third,
that
is kind of crazy, man. They slick got to get Coach of the Year over there. Don't get me wrong though. Finchie been doing his thing with the Timberwolves, and I think it should be credited because even though they don't have Cat and they still got Rudy Gobert, Cat was like it was an official piece, like, and they were number one with Cat.
I'd give the Coach of the Year to the Thunders.
Who would the Magic? Well, yeah, they're both
Thunder number 3.
Well, they're both 3, but hey, they got 53. They got 7 more wins.
I don't know.
But that's the thing. But I'm looking at
this.
I'm looking at the Thunder has it. When the last time Thunder was in playoffs?
Okay, that's cool, but
when the last time the Magic?
One thing changed on their team. You had a first team guard on your team already from last year. He was first team without even going to the playoffs. And then you had the number 2 pick who was hurt. So they could have been in the playoffs last year, potentially. But y'all for sure in the playoffs now this year. And I give it credit, y'all balling, but you got a first team guard on your team. The Timberwolves don't have no first team guard, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hopefully Ant get it this year because they've been number 1 all year off of his back. And I think Finchie, because no one thought this Twin Tower shit was gonna work. And I was number 1.
I mean, I don't think it still ain't gonna work because Cat been out, he been hurt, so we really haven't fully.
He has been, but look at they still winning while he's been hurt.
They did what they supposed to been doing. They gave the keys to Anthony Edwards. They should have been did that. It wasn't no question. I don't know why we acting surprised. Ant should have been the main guy. Year. The problem was when we did the Twin Towers. You couldn't have Ant be the main guy because the whole paint is clogged up the whole entire time. It's literally room.
Nah. You can't say that because they've been number 1 with the Twin Towers all year. How can you say that?
They have not.
Yes, they have. Both have been healthy. Cat just got hurt after the All-Star game. He literally was at the All-Star game.
Okay.
Is this not true?
I mean, I'm gonna just let you. I'm gonna say yeah, sure, because I don't be watching the whole entire stands the whole entire time, so I won't know. And I'm just saying, I'm gonna leave it at I'm gonna leave it at what they do in the playoffs, because that's all I care about, to be honest.
I'm just gonna say this: shout out Karl-Anthony Towns that helped him out. But I didn't want that to happen, but it helped him out. It gave him a better dynamic.
I do agree with that.
It was the obvious.
I didn't want that to happen.
When it happened, I'm like, bro, Anthony. When they got when they got Rudy, that was Anthony. That was Ant. What, second year?
Mm-hmm.
Second.
I think his second year.
And that first year, his rookie year, we all was like, damn, this dude is explosive. He can scope. And as of all of a sudden, it was like, we got Rudy Gobert. I'm looking like, bro.
I think it was his third, because I think his second year, didn't they go with was Patrick Beverly on the team with Rudy?
No. So it had to be the second. It had to be his second.
His third.
Second or third year.
Because they didn't make it to the no. It had to be his second, like you said, because I think Patrick Bev had a streak going to the playoffs, and the Timberwolves, they didn't break it. I want to say he made it to the playoffs still. So yeah, like you said, it would have had to been his second. Let's do some facts.
So it's like I'm sitting there, I'm looking like I get Cat to shoot threes, but in this sense, they both were. You could see like they always played where it was like Cat was on the free throw, and Rudy's on the box, and I'm like, damn, that lane is clogged up by itself. Yeah, he might pop out to the 3, but it's like it's still clogged no matter what. Rudy is literally he's not a threat on offense. No one cares about Rudy, so it's like I'm gonna play help defense the whole entire time. Okay, Rudy, go to the 3-point line. Who cares? No one cares. So it's like it's gonna be help defense always there. So it's like I said, we're gonna see what they do in the playoffs, because really I'm looking at the standing, and you said Magic 3, and I'm looking at who's 4 and down, and every team 4 and down has literally been beat up and banged up, and the Magic has really been the most healthiest team really in the East. To be honest with you.
And then if you look at it, I think they would play the winner of this series, right?
No, they'll play the winner of the Bucks.
The Bucks and
yeah. Oh no, yeah.
So that's a possible run for the Magic, because what I'm looking at, which is more likely, to make a run to the conference finals. I'll just say to the conference finals because I think that'd be an accomplishment for both of these teams. Which one is more likely? I could see the Magic beating this one more than I could see the Thunder. Well, if the Thunder play the Nuggets, I don't know. But if they have to play any of these teams, I think the Thunder could do it. As with the Magic, and I think it's the same as well. If they play any of these teams, yes, but I don't know if they could beat the Bucks.
They can.
No,
they really can.
It just depends.
Like I said, the Bucks, the top 3 seeds in the East have been the most healthiest teams in the East. The Bucks are only sitting at 2 because they have a good squad, but Doc Rivers is trash. He's been absolute garbage. He has. I mean, I'm not just saying it of my personal vendetta against Doc Rivers. I'm being dead ass. He's been ass.
No,
and like the Boston Celtics have been actually the best team in the East, but their problem is they're not consistent in the playoffs.
Yes,
they're the best team in the league.
Yeah, they're the best team
in the league. The league. We can even say the league.
They're the best team in the league.
Well, maybe not the past couple of years.
But it's all of, like we've talked about, it's all about the playoffs. You could do whatever you want in the regular season, but it's all about the playoffs. What can you do in the playoffs?
Because I honestly can easily see the Lakers making a run.
Yeah, they can make.
If the Lakers can play Timberwolves, Ant-Man, I love you, bro. You a hooper. But, bro, you just ain't got the mind enough. But they got Mike Conley. And Mike Conley is cerebral. And I will give him that. But I don't know if he has the power to beat D'Lo, bro. Lefty versus lefty.
Yeah, I say they're the same thing. But the only thing different is Mike Conley is shorter than D'Lo. So D'Lo could shoot over Mike Conley.
You feel me? And then Anthony Jabbar versus Rudy Gobert.
Hey, Mel, quick question. Do we got time for an impromptu question real quick? Just one quick question.
Hey, I'm you the one that's on the timeline.
On both sides. One team from the East and from the West. Who has the most pressure going into this playoffs?
Ooh, that's a good question. Celtics on the East for me personally, and then on the West, I would say it's between the Clippers and the Mavs. I'll say Clippers and the Mavs for the West because it's just like, what are y'all doing? It's like y'all have been doing this experiment, both teams, for the past couple of years. Luka's the next up. Okay, when is he gonna get there? Then with the Clippers, it's just like you built this team, pulled James Harden out the rabbit hat or whatever the phrase is called. What's up with that? So because at least because the Lakers and the Clippers both made their moves in the same summer, I believe. I can't remember.
The Lakers and the Warriors?
No, the Lakers did their move the year before, but they both made this move to get these stars to come to LA. Because I remember that was a huge thing around 2019, 2020. Coming to LA. Everyone, LeBron's coming to LA. Kawhi's coming to LA. Paul George. The Lakers are the only one that got a ring. So I would say those two teams because they have a lot of story. Okay. They're not as young and they don't have a ring yet. Everybody else here is either gotten rings. Over here, they've gotten rings. Young. These old teams that's like, hey, y'all got to get it together. So those are my two for the West.
My two for the East and West. For the West, it's the Suns because they already been to the finals, and you added KD. So like, all the pressures on your on the East. Yeah, the Celtics. It's like y'all the number 1 team. Y'all been to the finals before, and everybody been like pulling for Jason Tatum as like that next person to take the reins of Kobe. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure on the Celtics. There's no pressure on the Knicks. It's the Knicks. No pressure on the Cavs. The Magic, they young. Pacers, they young. And the Bucks got a championship. So only person you can really go with. And then I say the 76ers if I had to pick another team.
Oh, yeah.
The 76ers, you got it. What that boy Pat say? Man, he should have won the MVP the year before. The year before that, every time he get in playoffs, get that ass bounce. Shout out Miami.
Nah, that's a fact.
We could even throw in Miami too.
Because I was gonna say 76ers or the Bucks. To me, in the East, share the same seats. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of pressure. The reason why is, and I don't really feel Boston, and the reason why I don't feel Boston is because
Milwaukee. Can we start like real quick? Why you say Milwaukee?
All right, yeah. So Milwaukee won. Let's start from the angle of Giannis. Let's go back to these recent comments. The nigga goes, I don't know why we losing. I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Now you don't know what's going on. But earlier in the year, it was a whole lot of, yeah, man, we need to change this. Yeah, man, this is going on. Yeah, this, that. Then Adrian Griffin gets fired. You know what I'm saying? So now, and look at where it's been ever since then. 2, look at the angle of Dame. I need to leave Portland. I want to leave, blah, blah, blah. You don't go to Miami, but you have said out your mouth, pause, but you have said, I okayed the trade to Milwaukee. Me and Giannis talked about what it would be like to play together, blah, blah, blah. So you've said this shit. You want a ring. I just want a ring. I just want a ring, da, 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 da. Then you look at how they've been playing without Dame and look at how they play with Dame. The niggas is 1-7 without Dame. So it's like Dame or die. So then you put the pressure back on Dame, and Dame is now with the pressure of, I got to get a ring. So it's still on Milwaukee, I would say, because y'all did all this trading, did all this shit, shipped Drew all out of there, this, that, and the third, to win a ring. So if y'all don't win a ring, it's on y'all. But the 76ers, how long is the process? How long is the process, bro? So that's my question there. And then for Boston, I just don't put the pressure on them yet because Jason Tatum is what, 26? 26?
Yeah, he's around
25?
Yeah.
Goats of goats didn't win their championships until they was 28. And the only reason why Kobe won his championship with Shaq was because he was with Shaq. Without Shaq, it took him a little bit of time and he went back and did his thing. But most people don't win until they're about 30. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the nature of the beast of a team that you're leading on your own. Now, maybe he goes somewhere else and then he joins the team and then they may have the opportunity. You can't tell me a Jason Tatum with the Suns with Devin Booker and Bradley Beal.
That was something that was talked about a long time ago.
You know what I mean? So, and not to say KD doesn't have the same talent as Jason Tatum, it's just that young shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he can just run up and down the court. He got the, you know what I'm saying? And that's just is what it is. So that's why I say that for Boston. I know they've been there. I know that they've been around, you know what I'm saying? And that's good for them because they keep getting experience. Now, later, when you get about 30, bro, y'all niggas still ain't won shit. That's crazy. You feel
me?
Who
you got on the West?
On the West, I'm stuck between the Clippers. I honestly, I'm gonna stay with the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers, bro, because y'all just been dealing with too many injuries, man. Y'all been dealing with too many injuries, and every year is something new, and y'all add this, and y'all do this, and y'all do that. And where's it gonna get y'all?
I'm gonna say this for the West, and I'm gonna stick with my original statement when I started the season off. When we started the season off, the pressure's on the Suns. I'm putting the pressure's on the Suns at this point. You've been to the finals. You basically try to buy your way to a championship at this point. You shipped off everybody, got whatever you wanted, whoever you wanted. KD, Bill, everybody. You basically try to buy a championship. So let's see it. Let's see it.
No more. My number 2.
Like the Clippers, yes, because they've had that team together for so long, it feels like. And it's just the fact that y'all haven't done anything but made it to the conference finals. There's no shame in only going to the conference finals. There's no shame in that. But when you get to the conference finals, it's like, okay, this is the team that you had with the conference finals. Okay, how do we make this better? I feel like with that team, you didn't get better. You stayed stagnant and you stayed there. So I can't say that they have equal amount of pressure as the Suns because the Suns have made moves, Jurassic moves. It's a completely different team than the team that went to the finals.
You got a higher expectation type shit?
Yeah, like the expectation is there now. You made moves to say, hey, I want to win a championship. And when you make moves like that, that means guess what? All right, you got rid of Chris Paul, got rid of Ayton, got rid of Campaign, Johnson, got rid of Monty Williams. You literally cleaned the whole board and left Devin Booker there. But you put in KD, who's the best scorer that we've seen. You put in Bradley Beal, who's been an elite scorer by himself, and now we're putting him with somebody with 2 other greats up there. So it's 2 other great scorers. John Wall, no disrespect to you, brother, but you ain't on the level as Devin Booker and KD. I'm just saying.
No.
So it's
John
just
Wall's
the fact.
on the Suns?
No.
He's just talking about
you're referring
Bradley
to
Beal
the
playing
okay.
He got
I
more.
was about to say, I'm like,
So the Suns,
because you never know nowadays. He be
man, hell, John Wall won a job with anybody at this point. I'm just saying. So, like right now in the West, it's the Suns, but on the East, I want to say Boston Celtics, but I'll have to go with the Bucks for literally the same reason for the Suns. You made these moves.
You
got rid of Adrian Griffin. You got a brand new coach. You got I guess Hall of Fame Doc Rivers now. You got rid of Drew Holiday. Got an elite scorer in Damian Lillard in this point. So it's like you've done everything to make moves to get a championship. But right there in close, and I mean a super close second, maybe by 1 decimal off, is the 76ers. We're looking at this right now. In the East, there's only 3 top teams. And to be honest, 3 top teams only. That's always in consideration. Celtics, Bucks, Sixers. You're the only team as the Sixers who haven't even sniffed the conference finals. You haven't even, my bad. That's disrespectful because last time you made it to the conference finals was against Kawhi Leonard and them. And he pushed you out when he was at the Raptors. So y'all haven't even
pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic. That's the last time y'all was there. And on top of that, you ain't got, so that means you ain't nowhere near the finals. You done got so many, you got 2 MVPs already for Joel Embiid at this point. Maybe 1, but he should have 2. But it's just the fact that everybody else done made it to the finals. Hell, the Miami Heat have made it to the finals multiple times. And they're literally counted out every year. They're not even that good of a team to make it to the finals every year. That's my team, but I'm telling you the truth. We're not that good. We just happen to have good others. And Jimmy Butler happens to show up when he shows up. So it's like 76, you have to show up in this moment. This, like Pat said, how long is the process? Because damn, I ain't know I signed up for this type of process. When you say trust the process, that means about 5 years, 6 years. Brother, we're going on almost damn near what, a decade now at this point?
Hey, you playing Philadelphia. It's championship or die in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
The Phillies done got close to the World Championship. The Eagles done won them at bowl.
Yeah, already. Phillies done got some too.
What's the other team that
Flyers.
The Flyers. The Penguins, not the Penguins. I want to say the Penguins.
That's Pittsburgh. That's Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Everybody has at least gotten close to a championship.
Even the Philadelphia Union, the MLS team, they got close to an MLS title.
Bro,
like, come on, dog.
You're the only team sitting there, and you have the most rowdiest fans. You have to produce, bro. It's enough is enough. The process, we passed the process at this point. I don't even know what to call it. It ain't even process.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what to call it either.
The NBA, I'm looking. I'm looking. Playboy Troy is looking. I'm trying to see who's gonna show up in the playoffs.
We'll see. We'll just have to see, man. We'll just have to see. But before we get up out of here, I know you got a topic. A major event went down in the wrestling space this past weekend. Yeah. So go ahead, Playboy Troy. Lead us into this final topic of the night.
You talk about events. We talk about the Super Bowl. We're talking about the Super Bowl of wrestling right now. WrestleMania. Well, this past weekend, I didn't even get a chance to look at any of the NCAA games, which y'all know I love some basketball. But above basketball is wrestling right there for me. Cody Rhodes. Me and Cooley High was watching WrestleMania. You talking about goosebumps? I had goosebumps the whole weekend. One Saturday's main event, which was the biggest tag team of all time, which happened to be the second longest match of WrestleMania history. Roman Reigns, the longest reigning WWE champion in modern time, with 1,315 days. And The Rock, who's been one of the biggest stars of wrestling and basically of entertainment right now, really one of the biggest stars of entertainment, versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, who was also champion. That was a great match that led into the winner sets the stipulation for the second match. For the second main event, which was Sunday's main event, of the Roman versus Cody match, which happened to, Rock and Roman won. Had Cooley hot. I ain't seen Cooley that mad. He was heated.
All they gotta do is cheat.
They were cheating the whole time. The Rock sitting there.
The only way they could beat my boy Cody. Cheat.
Man, Rock was sitting there talking about he gonna fire the referee if he count the pin and everything. It was ridiculous. And I'm sitting there as a wrestling fan like, hey, yo, this is kind of it's kind of rough to look at right now because Cody getting his ass beat the whole entire night. But night 2.
But not only that, Playboy Troy, you got to add in the Rock was talking mess to Cody Rhodes' mom.
Oh, the whole time.
Mamas,
the whole time.
Mamas was getting brought into this.
Mama's getting brought into this, Jamel.
Mama don't even like being on camera. And she, the whole time, he talking mess. The whole time. I'm about to put your son blood on this belt. The only thing missing from this belt is your tears. That's how bad. Like, he is talking mess the whole night to Mama Rose. But we get to night 2, and man, the deck was stacked against Cody. Me and Cooley sitting there watching Cody come out. He looked like a damn superhero. And I'm talking about straight goosebumps. It was big fight feel the whole entire time. Like everything, because if you ain't been watching wrestling, I just put you up on game. Roman has had the title since pandemic. He's had the title ever since then. So he had the title for 3 years. He's been the kingpin of the whole entire thing. He don't come to work. He shows up every once or twice a month, but he's the champion. That you could do that when you're champion. And nobody's ever been able to beat him. He hasn't been pinned since 2019. Yeah, since 2019. So that if that lets you know how important and how dominant he's been. He hasn't been pinned since 2019. So it was like, man, to finally have that moment last night, to watch Cody finally win the title. Man, this house was shaking, I tell you. We was over here going nuts. Because I've been watching wrestling for a long time. And I'm going to say this, I didn't know if he was going to win or not. Because I'm sitting there, I'm looking like, man, it's a lot of things sitting there on the line. If Roman wins, he's going to be one of the longest reigning champions of all time. If Cody finally wins, we good. The era's set up now. Now, timeline-wise, everything is good from now on. So, WrestleMania was lit. Had the drinking games going on. Cooley wasn't drinking, so he was doing workouts the whole entire time. And man, it was crazy. If you get a chance, go check out WrestleMania. It's one of the biggest things, and we was talking about it offline. The stars were there. Snoop Dogg, Jason Kelsey, Meek Mills was there. Wale, he's there every year. Westside Gunn was there. Drewski, 2 Chainz, literally everybody. Mike Rubin, random people, just everybody there. Vanessa Hutchinson's there. It's fucking lit. Everybody, Coco Jones, who's the celebrities are all there. Everybody's there. Lil Wayne is there. Like, it's a spectacle you have to check out. One of these days, I'm gonna be at a WrestleMania.
I got one more shameless plug for WrestleMania. If you get a chance, go on YouTube and look up that tag team match between Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah.
Versus
black women. If you love you some black women, go watch that. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai. If you go check out that match, you talk about black women, excellence, black excellence all around. Oh man,
are we watching? Are we talking wrestling? Are we talking wrestling? Black excellence?
Yes, all the way around. Okay. That was the first time
I'm just making sure that it's not,
like that on WrestleMania, because it was crazy.
That's dope though. That's dope though. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure. But yeah, definitely. Where else can they find out that wrestling content, Naj, before we get up out of here?
Oh yes. You could check it out with me and my boy Izzy Too Real on the We're WrestleManiacs 2 podcast. Well, we're gonna be talking about it. Actually, I'm recording after this. I'm recording with him tomorrow. We're gonna be giving a review of WrestleMania. So go check that out. So when you get done watching this episode on YouTube, go ahead and go over to the We're WrestleManiacs 2.
Yeah, you just had to give him a little snippet, a little tease of what was going on over there. Yeah, okay.
After you finish it, go there.
White will say, yeah.
But with that, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. It's been a good episode. Glad for everybody hopping in.
As last thing, before we get up out of here, check me out on YouTube, YPlat22, you know what I'm saying? Platinum P Gaming. We got a couple videos up right now, and I got a montage coming soon.
Okay. Yeah, they'll definitely be on the link. Send me the link. I'll put it in the YouTube description thing for the thing as well that we have right there with WrestleManiacs 2. Anything else before we get up out of here, y'all boys? We good to go?
Yeah, we good. I'm cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us tonight. Stay heavily opinionated. Peace.